Oh
And
my
we will.
gosh.
I guess we all could have cued you into that. Damn.
Yeah, well, we're starting all over, but no, just kidding. So if
So we're
you're
going for
this,
lore to compare it to the triple wood.
yeah, go ahead, pour the lore, and you can pour the single cast too if you want.
The Lord.
It's right in
Which
front.
one?
Oh,
This one?
no, it's this one.
Oh. Wait, which?
There's a single cask, hops and scotch, which they must not have paid for their barrel, or they didn't sell all their barrel, one of the two, because this ended up at K&L. And Hops and Scotch is actually a really fun place. If you're ever in Walnut Creek, find yourself in California in Walnut Creek, it's a great spot. It's actually uh, not quite walking distance from my brother's house, but you could after the bar. It's a lot easier than before the bar for sure. So
Ah,
it's a great little spot. They have a lot of bourbon, a lot of scotch. Cool spot.
I don't
Oh,
have
it's a
this one in
place. I was worried there were hops involved in the whiskey.
ah,
Oh no, sorry. Hops and Scotch is the name of the restaurant. The Lord.
I feel much better now.
I don't think I got that one, Fernando, in the envelope, but I
Oh,
do still have
well,
the others.
I've got some for you here. I'll get it to you.
No worries.
But yeah, let's drink that the
Lore,
Lord
I
first.
think Lore is a good one going after triple wood. Um, just because it starts kind of brings the whole family together. So again, I think it's another good example, of the Friends of Laphroaig. Um, because we have Lore. I think it's at 46 or 48%. And a lot of people really have been asking for a cast strength lore. And I think it makes a lot of sense too, because um, it's meant to be essentially our heritage, our lore. It's just supposed to be like this verbal history. And so what it is, it's John Campbell. If you look sort of right here on the 25, right there, it says, one of the most richly flavored of all Scotch whiskeys. And John was like, I'd like to make the most richly flavored. And so his whole idea was that he was going to just kind of look at the whole experience, the whole warehouse experience of Laphroaig, from being in sherry casks early on, to Ian Hunter's influence, switching things over to bourbon casks, to trying hogsheads, to experimenting with quarter casks, and European oak, and really look at that guy, and just bringing it all together. And so his concept was he was going to sort of deconstruct Laphroaig into five different casks. And so I find it really fascinating. So he starts with a 15-year bourbon cask just because he loves where it lands on the 15 year. He loves the mouthfeel. I think 15 is just a great year for single malts in general. But that's about 65% of the makeup of this. The rest of the 35% he breaks up by deconstructing it into smoky peaty, no shit. That's got to be part of a deconstruction of Laphroaig. Dry and spicy. So those things would sort of be, I guess you would say, foundational. And then after getting those in place, then sort of softening things up both floral and sweet. So if we look at all those, the first one he did for Smoky was an 8-year bourbon cask, which incidentally was one of his favorite drams. He just thinks that more than the 10-year, he just thinks that the 8-year is just that much closer to the distillery character. 2 years less in American oak. And so he really loves that just sort of essence of Laphroaig that you get from an 8-year, then dries things out a little bit by going into a quarter cask, So it's a 9 year quarter cask. So of course you get that rapid oak maturation from that. And then the last part of that is spicy. So we're doing a 11-year virgin oak cask. So those things brought together. So rapid wind interaction from the quarter, virgin European oak, um, Spanish oak on that, a little less than French, but still more 10% more tannins than American oak. And then now that those sort of structural things are in place, now softening it up. So almost like building a house, right? Now it's time for the drapes, the flooring, the painting, and whatnot. So floral with a 10-year first fill, Oloroso sherry. And then this is what I love at the end here is just a nice, sweet 21-year bourbon. So lore will go anywhere from 8 until 21 years. And to have it at cast strength is a real good treat. You can comes roaring out of the glass. You can make it softer if you'd like. Take it down to your own individual lore. But a lot going on here. We saw some of the influence already from the Olorosos. We saw some of the influence from the quarter cask, and now we're sort of bringing it all together in one glass.
See, that's funny. I'm actually really enjoying this tonight. I had this a couple weeks ago. Granted, it was after a lot of other whiskey, so I was like, "Oh, this is nice," but I don't love it. I really like it tonight. This is
Mm,
good. I still prefer the triple wood, but I'm glad you guys did this because I've always said the lore had to be like you're missing out on so much by this being such a low ABV. It's like so light. Like the things that you really like about lore, it's just
yeah,
light, and then like it's gone, and so
yeah,
there's not a ton of finish on the lore. This is much bigger, much brighter. I like this a lot more.
yeah. It's much bigger. I think it's really nice to have that. And again, I think this is probably the third time really in the last 10 years, I would say that really like the Friends of Laphroaig had an outside, no, even more on cask favorites was two favorite friends brought together. So, we really listen to the Friends of Laphroaig and their opinions matter to us. And so when they like something and they want to see something, and this was a big one, they wanted to see a cast strength version of lore for those very reasons that you want all the influence of all those things coming in.
It certainly doesn't taste like a 59.6. It really doesn't. But I can
No.
certainly, again, throughout the whole evening, there is a good waxiness on this that I can taste.
Mm.
But I
Yeah.
like this. This is a good one.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to pull out from there, especially having a nice 21-year bourbon to give those sweet notes. And I think that and the 15-year working together, those are just really nice age statements to work with. And, to have most of it, not most of it, or more than half of it, to be that 15-year for that mouthfeel is fantastic. Starts getting us kind of circling back to where we started on the 16-year, those nice sweet notes and seeing how just 1 year less would really give us a nice base to work with.
Rich, random question: Have you guys ever thought about putting out a young Laphroaig, like four
Like,
or 5 years?
yeah, it has come up. John was sort of pushing heavily for that 8. And I know a lot of times, we will start breaking things anywhere from 5 to 8.
Yeah,
Um,
because
so
I
yeah,
love I love peated whiskey 6 years and under.
yeah, right. Yeah. You get that really bold,
Bold
bold
peat.
peat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Um, I don't know. It
What
hasn't it hasn't gotten a lot of traction to be honest, but I do
No.
think there's been a lot of people at the distillery at least talking about it.
what about new make, Rich?
It's delicious. I've tasted it. It's it's so funny. They flirted with the idea of releasing something like that. Um, but it got shot down really fast.
No, I
It
wanted.
has It has almost an interesting like banana mezcal note to it. It's got
Ooh.
It's got like sort of like unripe bananas and kind of a organic mezcal. It's funny enough in this climate of consumption with mezcal getting more and more popular, I think it would do well.
Rich, I would love to. I want to put on a new make tasting so bad.
Yeah,
It's like my before I die, I have to put that on.
yeah. It's just I'm who knows, maybe it would be a great Cargis release, I think, because it could just be allocated and once it's gone, it's gone. Um, of course, talk about strong. I mean, I guess you'd have to put it at filling strength, but that's going to be 63.5%. So
Is that what you go into the barrel at?
yeah.
Hmm.
I'm liking both the lore and the Scotch and hops, but I'm wishing I had a fresher palate so I could really appreciate them better. I'm gonna try them again when my palate's fresh.
Yeah, you can save
Yeah.
some.
Yeah. It's a lot.
We have gone through
So many.
seven Laphroaigs. This is the most Laphroaig I've drank in one night, if I'm being honest.
And we'll finish with a fat cigar.
Good thing that you fly out at.
Yeah, I'm flying to Kentucky at 4 a.m. So
Well, that's right. 4 a.m.
I'm leaving here at 4 a.m. I guess I fly out at 7, but
Oh my gosh. That's brutal.
we're picking a
What's the
whiskey barrel.
occasion? Is it work or
No, we're going for
play?
whiskey. Well, I'm still going to be working allegedly, but yeah, we're going to go pick a Willet barrel for sure, and then there may be some other things available soon.
Oh, what was the one? The scotch.
I do like the hops and scotch. That's nice. It's just a lot different than what we drank the last couple of Laphroaigs. So yeah, Rich, if
I
you ever
think out of the
convince
core, no, you didn't give us our little sheets this time, but out of the core, my favorite was Triplewood. And
yeah.
my second was Warehouse One.
Oh, really?
Oh, all right.
I
Yeah, I
really like
figured you'd
Warehouse
like.
One.
Mel and Steve, what were your favorites?
25, OB 25. And then
Oh.
triple wood, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Mm,
Triple wood and then the first one, the 16.
really?
Steve.
And if you have a chance, that's pretty available. The 2024 Cargis is we call it cast favorites. So it brings together triple wood and PX. So in a tenure. So it's really great. And those are some of the two, most popular that we brought together for that release. And I think
Can
if
you
you
say
like
again,
triple
Rich,
wood,
what that is?
that's the
Because I want to look for
2024
that.
Cargis.
2024 Carges.
Yeah.
Mel, what was your favorite of the night?
Well, I went into the lore and I liked that really well. And I know that wasn't in the basic group, but otherwise, the triple wood.
Mm.
Triple wood was.
So Triplewood seems to be a fan favorite because that was my favorite of the night. Although I'm right behind that is the cast strength. I love that.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
But we haven't gotten through all the.
yeah, but not everyone gets the add-ons normally. So
You're talking the core.
yeah, core normally.
Wow.
Although the OB25 is right behind the CS for me, so I think those are my top three. But that Triplewood is just so good.
I just poured that Alexander Murray.
Mm.
That's a weird one to me. I haven't had it before.
I haven't had it either. It's been sitting in the collection for a little bit.
How about the.
I'll tell you that the triple wood for me really, it would not, associate with, if I had a blind test tasting, would I, consider this to be a Laphroaig? I don't think so.
Oh,
I
interesting.
don't think I could really pick that out. It was good.
The triple wood?
Yeah,
Really?
seriously. Yes, I know.
I guess he's resonating with that Oloroso.
Which is kind of unusual.
I can see if you said that about the Madeira. I feel like I mean, listen, everyone each has their own palates, right? So there's
Yeah.
the wrong answers, but the triple wood I feel like keeps the character. It has a little bit of the cask influence. The Madeira I could see if you like how Beth and Mel were saying. I If you said that masted, I could believe that. I think the triple wood does well to be more additive and adds to what the Laphroaig character does. But do you mean on the nose or on the palate or both?
More in the palate, if anything else.
Mm.
More in the palate. Yeah, because the nose I can definitely take. Okay, this is peated, but on the palate, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. But either way, a very enjoyable whiskey. Interesting.
Yes.
Well, it's not that I dislike the Madeira, but it just masks what Laphroaig is.
Yeah, that's fair. See, because
I'm,
I really
I'm
see
delighted not to have found a wet Band-Aid note in anything we tried tonight.
it's a myth, Beth. It's a myth. Will you give me those two?
Which
He'll always be a wet band-aid.
ladies?
See, but I think it's just an easy way to like because it is medicinal a little bit, but it's not as bad as I've never felt like it's as bad as some people try and make it to be. Like that note. So
I'm thrilled that nothing tastes
Well,
like a horse
So,
sauce.
Rich, I'm curious, since we have you, what is your favorite currently available Laphroaig right now?
Yeah.
Your personal favorite?
I mean, I love the 25, but I'm just lucky enough to be able to drink it all the time. I don't think, it's a reasonable answer. Um, I think it would be the quarter cask, to be honest. I just love that it just doubles down on the vanilla. Switches, I think, throughout the year too, but I think for right now, that's probably it if I didn't want to be elitist and say the 25.
oh.
I switched over to that Alexander Murray. It's a real intriguing one to me.
It's like the SCN in that it's not standard Laphroaig. Like it has more
Yeah.
sweet notes on this. It's different.
I get a totally different smoke on this. It doesn't taste medicinal or coastal. It tastes more tarry and more
Mm.
petroleum and more fiery, woody. But then, oddly enough, I get a kind of a floral finish. So
Yeah.
it's a weird butting up of those two.
I will say it's really creamy though too for me. So
Okay.
I do like that about it.
Yeah. I love the finish on it. Just kind of it's kind of short for me. Um, but it's just a unique mid palate that I'm not used to.
This old particular is so spicy, like baking spice. It's so weird.
it has a bigger nose than most of them.
I'm going to do that one next.
Yeah, this was a K&L pick, the Laphroaig 10, the old particular.
Oh, this is madly spicy. Wow.
Yeah.
Big time.
These two could not be any fucking different.
Oh my God. I mean, that tastes like virgin French oak on the old particular. And it's really short too. Short finish. But man, is it spicy.
Yeah, it was really spicy for me. Although I will say my palate's a little dead right now after 9
From what
Laphroaig, so there's
that
that.
Nando,
Kind of weird. I almost got like a charred pineapple finish though on the end.
Ooh. Oh, I could see that.
It's intriguing. They really are incredibly different.
Yeah, these two could not be any different. This is wild.
Yeah.
These are two different ends of the Laphroaig spectrum, that's for sure.
It's interesting how these indies change the smoke. The smoke really weaves differently.
Yeah.
It's either becomes more ashy, more, I get sort of that petrol tarriness on some of them, and again, this sort of reminds. We've had a couple indie or single cask bottlings on French oak, virgin French oak, and this spice really seems to jump out and similarly.
Hmm. Yeah, Douglas Lang, I believe they age in Glasgow. They're headquartered in Glasgow.
Yeah, their whole thing is it's kind of funny because I know they're like that in that series, they're all about making it authentic, naked.
Yeah.
That's their marketing on it, but it's like you lose some authenticity once you take it off Isla. So it's kind of an interesting move.
I think of the two of these, just as a whiskey, I like Alexander Murray more,
Yeah.
but I don't know that it, again, this one might be, hold on. Before I say that, let me try one. There is Laphroaig character there. On the nose, I don't know that I would pick this out as Laphroaig. Um, the mid palate is Laphroaig. I'd say the front palate and the finish are not. Like they doesn't seem that way to me, you know? So I do like how different they are, all of the independent bottlings, because these are not what I would necessarily characterize as like that's a Laphroaig. That's not like your
Yeah.
true Laphroaig character, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing the variety that they get out of the distillate.
And
I
I
like
think
that.
that's maybe that's unique to Laphroaig because I've never had like normally I think when we do IBs alongside OBs, you just like you instantly have like these things that are like, oh, that reminds me of like the OB and this is what this does well. And that like I know this is Bruichladdich, I know this is, Kilhoman or whoever, right? So like
Yep.
I always get those associated, but this one's like a little different. Although, that Alexander Murray has that middle part where I'm like, well, that's Laphroaig, but the SEN one, if you poured it for me, I don't know that I would say that's Laphroaig,
Interesting. Yeah.
and
I like that finish on the old particular. Um, it's a weird journey that you go from kind of that spicy to like charred pineapple, but it's cool.
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know if I love the Douglas Lane. Like, I would drink this if it was poured for me, but I'm not like this wouldn't be the first thing I reached for. Triple wood for me tonight is the overall winner of anything.
Yeah.
I almost get a mezcal note off this old particular too.
Oh, I can see that for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that's why the new make would be great, Rich.
Right. I know. I know. Well, we'll bring it forward.
Yeah, if Beam
Become
Suntory
friends with
allows you
Laphroaig
to,
and send it in.
yeah. I mean, if you sneak one and you bring it back, I'll take it.
Yeah, I will try to do that actually.
That Alexander Murray is a good. See, I don't know. Did anyone else try the Alexander Murray and the old particular? Did you guys like either one of those? Both of them? Neither?
I didn't care for either.
I, I've tried the Alexander Murray. I haven't gotten to the old particular yet,
No.
but the Alexander Murray's got a big nose compared to most of them,
Yeah.
and but it's kind of short, but definitely spicy.
Mm. See, because I like it as a whiskey, I don't know that I love it as a Laphroaig.
Okay, yeah, that's a good description.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like it's It's good. I like this. You know, it's peated for sure. There's that Laphroaig, a little of that Laphroaig character in the mid palate, but it's just like it doesn't scream Laphroaig to me. So that's like I like staying true to that character. Even though it's really nice whiskey. The Old Particular is not for me. It's not my favorite.
But I think you're onto something there, Nando, that um, there's several that are really good, but when I'm doing that Pete and Laphroaig, I want it to scream Laphroaig.
Yeah.
Can you mute for a second? I have a question.
I think between the Old Particular and the Alexander Murray, I like the Alexander Murray better.
So I have a
But
question for
would
Rich.
anybody say that that's on the verge of an FWP? Got
Mm,
a lot of floral.
I don't
on
get
which
that.
one?
The Alexander Murray.
Oh, on the app. Yeah. Yes, I know. French Horror Perfume.
Mhm.
You've taught me well. On the nose, Beth?
Well, I actually thought on the palate too.
I get like a buttered popcorn, so I didn't like it because I hate buttered popcorn. Absolutely. That has nothing to do with it. No, I don't get FWP on it.
No, but Beth, FWP normally just like screws my whole palate, so I don't get that
Yeah.
out of this.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
don't get
softer
I
than the
get
typical FWP.
a very buttery nose on that one. So I didn't like it because I don't like that buttery
I get that.
in
That
my
kind of
face.
butteriness too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm wishing I had more triple wood.
Oh, Beth, you got an extra one that I totally forgot about that nobody else got.
The old particular is fine, but nothing exciting about it.
Yeah. So, Rich, I wanted to ask, where did I originally, probably 10 years ago, get the horse saddle from Laphroaig? Because that is how I identify Laphroaig years ago before learning more about it.
Oh,
Oh, Laphroaig smells and tastes like I'm licking a horse saddle.
that's funny. Yeah.
Well, but I guess my next question would
It's
be, so when have you been licking a horse saddle?
I know it's
I know, right? You're like, what's
it's
your comparison?
it's so funny how we describe scents, like things that
Yeah,
sometimes you would never
what I would
taste. Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, no, I think definitely it's those phenols, right? There's
Yeah,
transsols and glycols and all these different chemical compounds and yeah, I mean some of them will interact with more of a medicinal part.
yeah,
A lot of the medicinal part will come from the seaweed, from the peat, but it's just there's three major phenolic compounds that are in there, and leather is definitely one of it. Yeah, that's
yeah.
so yeah, you're on point. We don't necessarily get as much of like those glycols as far as like ashy, woody. We
Hmm.
don't get those as much in Laphroaig. We will go more medicinal and you can get definitely like a leather note as well. And also depending, sometimes you'll get that from like a fortified wine finish. You can get that. We use that on our Bemore Aston Martin series on the 21 year. We brought that in
Yeah.
which really brilliantly on the 21 because we wanted to convey the whole like kind of totality of the Aston experience. So it was
Right.
supple with Madeira in the beginning, but then it got a leather note because it's the interior
Yeah,
of the car.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they took all that into account. So your taste, your taste profile on that's spot on.
yeah.
It's definitely in there, and it's definitely in like a fortified wine or the phenols. So it's just a matter of what you pick up more, and maybe
Right.
your just taste receptors are just more sensitive to that.
Yeah, and it's funny because I don't know that Laphroaig that leather profile is considered smoky because I'm a big mezcal fan. I love
Uh,
mezcal. I drink,
yeah.
if I'm getting a margarita, it's with mezcal, not tequila, because it's
Okay.
sweet for me.
Yeah.
Um, so it's interesting because I'm like, everything I tasted tonight was phenomenal. So I am thrilled because I'm like, okay, now I'm a changed woman. I like Laphroaig.
Yeah, yeah, because you're resonating, with those phenols that aren't smoky.
Right,
There is a big difference between earthiness and organic peat
right,
and those
right,
compounds that reflect that
right.
versus smoky, ashy, fireside.
Yeah,
Give me my phone up.
We're
Where
a bonfire, on the beach.
yeah,
We're
yes,
not a
yes,
campfire in the woods.
right,
And
yeah,
there's a big
yeah,
difference
yes,
between those. And so those
100%.
sort of like medicinal, leathery, earthy, almost rancio notes,
Right,
that
right,
earthiness
right,
and
right.
organicness, that'll
Yeah,
resonate into that sort of that leather note.
got it. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stoked on this. I was like, oh, please let me like everything that we're tasting.
Yeah, right. We did quite a bit of them too. So it would have been a tough sledding if you didn't like
I
any
know.
of them.
I'm like, mm.
Hey
Like
Andy,
buttery
I
popcorn
was the same
again.
way. I was going.
Yeah,
I was the
Steve, I
same
know
way.
you're not a Pete fan like me.
But I came in, Fernando. I came in this with an open mind, and I'm leaving this with a nice, whiskey to order anytime I'm anywhere else,
Yeah,
especially when I'm sitting with my son.
And
yeah,
Say, okay, let's break out the Laphroaig. Good.
and you never
yeah.
know, Steve. You may find yourself revisiting it a year later. And like I said, a lot of times people come to me and they're like, I hated it or it
Yeah,
traumatized me. And then they come back a little bit later and they're like, wow, that's really sticking with me and I love it. And so I think it really is a marker and a benchmark for people when they start just exposing their palates more and more, that they just find that, and I'm not saying that it's like you have to like it or anything like that. I'm just saying like a lot of times you will go back and you'll surprise yourself because you'll find yourself liking bacon notes or ashy notes or things you just wouldn't think you might like. Bacon, of course, you'll love. Like hard not to like bacon.
But
Um,
that's also so to that effect, like I've had a plan of how I wanted to do tastings over like the last 5 years. I literally planned out like years ahead of time because I knew I couldn't do Laphroaig right away just because like I feel like you have to have a palate of a certain level
Dance.
to
yeah,
say, oh, I like this or I like this. And then, okay, if those notes work for you and the group, then okay, then now I know we can go into something deeper. Because some people jump into that deep end right away. Most people don't, as we talked about earlier. Now that you're wading into, medium depth, now let's fucking jump in, find out if we like it or not. And we like it, right? There's a lot of really good things, and I thought that was I'm so happy that we were able to do this because now, there's people who said, "Oh, I don't like Laphroaig," but now they're like, "Oh, I like it." Like there are things I really like about this. Maybe not every expression was my favorite. That's
yeah,
okay, but we found good ones that we really do like, right? And that's why we do this, right? To just have fun with this, find out what our palate's like, and like that's the name of the game. So find out what you like and drink it, right? So
yeah, and find out, like through this, like find out where's your sweet spot? Do you like more robust ABVs? Do you like cast strength? Do you like it softer? Do you like quarter cast? Do you like a fortified wine finish? Do you like to stay um, pure to the distillate? I mean, there's all kinds of things working with ages, size of casks, finishes. There's a wide spectrum, and I think today, like even with something as some people might think is sort of a singular taste, even with that, we all found things that we liked and didn't like as much tonight, which is just a perfect example of where you fall within those finishes and things that the distillery and the warehousing can do.
Yeah, and I think Laphroaig gets an unnecessarily bad name because like a lot of people like myself tried that 10 for the first time. They're like, oh, is this what Scotch taste, or even I'll say even Scotch in general gets a bad name
Yeah,
sometimes because you try a Laphroaig 10, you're like, oh, this just isn't what I like right away. Your palate's just not ready for it, right? Like mine
yeah,
wasn't. I know that for a fact, but then I end up finding through over the years that, oh, there are things I really like about this. And like I loved almost everything tonight. I would say if there was one I don't need to drink a ton of, is maybe the Warehouse one, only because
oh,
it's a nice enough whiskey, it's drinkable, but it's not what I want from my Laphroaig. I want it to slap me in the face, you know. And
oh,
like, now
okay,
that I love that,
yeah,
and that triple wood does that, the 10 CS does that. Love those. They're like really good. So Laphroaig sometimes just gets this bad name because people tried the 10 the very first time, and but there's so much more to it. And even when you come back around on the 10, because I'd really like to come back around on the 10 and let's see where I'm at now
yeah.
with it. Because it's been a couple of years since I've tried it. But I think
No,
you guys do such a phenomenal job. And like you're one of, I don't know if I would say you're the, but like you're up there. Like when people think of Isla, you think of Laphroaig, right? Like it's just
Yeah, we're
no
the number
mistaking it.
one selling Isla in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's for a reason.
Yeah.
People really do associate it with it. I hear it all the time. People when they first have an Isla, and I think too, it's the bar starter pack. If you're gonna
Yeah.
get a couple whiskeys, you're probably gonna get a Speyside, maybe a Glenlivet. You'll probably get a real smoky one. It's probably gonna be a Laphroaig. So a lot of people taste it there, and it's whiskeys. It's for all types of weather, all types of moods, different times of the day. Reach for if you're not sure about it, reach for it next time it gets cold and rainy, and see what you think, see if it doesn't resonate with you. Um,
It's so funny because I love peat when it's cold. And
yeah,
like, when I'm stuck inside or whatever, like I love peat way more than versus like in the summers here, because like I mean, it doesn't get crazy hot, but when you're in your 90, 95s,
yeah,
like I'm
yeah,
like, I'm not reaching for peat, sorry.
right,
It's like
right,
red wine
yeah,
versus.
Yeah.
but
yeah. So it's just
but
a great chance to explore, all these and just, it's great. It's great that you're doing this because this is a really nice tasting, bringing a lot of different. We had three different carges. We had all these different, intensities, and it's great to go back to cast strength too. So, um, and nice start off with 16 year. I always like. So
Yeah.
it's funny. That was the one I was going to contribute, and then I saw you'd already had it. So, I'm going to head off, guys. But thank
All right,
you so
Rich. Thank
much.
you.
All right,
Yeah,
Rich,
Appreciate it,
thank you very
sir.
much.
appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.
Nando, as you're talking about, timing is everything. If you'd done the tasting 2 years ago, I would have been way less than enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
true. And I really wanted to add this one, which I was going to say Beth got this because she's in our priority group, and I could explain that in a second. But this is the PX card chase, Carges. I love this, but I opened this when I got the bottle and I forgot about it. And that was like 2 years ago. So I didn't want to I didn't want to have an open bottle uh, in this tasting. But
Is this what's in my black bottle?
yes, yeah.
Oh, I thought I was tasting the OB and I didn't realize. Okay.
No, you should have two. You should have two. Oh,
Yeah, there's two
sorry,
of them.
Beth. Yes, you have the Carges PX in the black bottle. I had to ship yours before the 25. So I also owe you the
That's
OP
right. So I
25.
don't have the 25.
Yeah, I apologize.
Make sure you
Oh,
get
you're gonna enjoy that one.
But you guys are so you're both gonna get it. I promise. I apologize. Well, Beth, I had to send yours to get there on time. Mel, I apologize. I
Yeah.
didn't put it in your set.
No
I missed
worries.
it. I-
So
Next
tell us
go.
more about where you're going in Kentucky.
I've got them poured, so they're here available for you. Sorry, what was that, Beth?
Tell us more about where you're going in Kentucky now that Rich isn't on with us.
Bardstown. So I'm going um
Is it just you?
no, I'm going for high time. with High Time and shoot, who distributes Springbank?
Weller. No. Uh,
Hold on.
or I thought you were doing a Willet.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Bardstown was the one that we went to when we went back in 2022.
Yeah, correct,
And it's
correct.
here's my shirt. Here's my shirt.
Yes. So Bardstown being the city, right? So
Yeah.
we are going with Willet. We're going to go to Willet to pick a 15-year single barrel. Um, and so that's what we identified we wanted. High Times is bringing me along to help them. So that's kind of a High Times pick. But in the meantime, we're going to visit Bardstown Bourbon Company, which Steve just put up. We're also going to hit a couple other distilleries. We're going to hit Heaven Hill. I'm going to try and get something nice out of Heaven Hill for our tasting coming up in June. And then we'll see what else we can do. I'm flying.
Every time I've been to Heaven Hill, they've had something unusual that you could buy. Not cheap necessarily, but
Well,
something unusual.
unfortunately, none of our tastings are cheap because we don't. I don't pour you guys core lineups. So, which hopefully you guys enjoy. But yeah. Oh, and FYI, next month is actually Rich's partner with Beam Suntory. His name's Edwin. With Book or B. Beam. We're gonna do a Beam lineup. I keep saying Bookers because it was supposed to be a full Bookers lineup, and we changed it to include everything from Beam because I love the Knob Creek 21, and then also I guess it is the Bookers. The Bookers Reserve 24. It's really good, but they also do some other really good stuff with other things too. So,
Is
um,
Rowan's Creek in there too?
is what?
Rowan's Creek in there too?
That's Willet.
That's Willet. Okay.
Yeah. We did that in the Willet tasting. Although Noah's Mill, I think is my favorite thing that Willet makes, and it's phenomenal. Um, it's a really good whiskey. And
That's
it's the higher ABV that they put out.
It's a pinch.
And I just in our tasting I thought that was the favorite for price and taste. That was my favorite of the night.
yep. I like that one too. It's on my shelf.
Yeah, Noah's Mill's really good.
But
So
I'm not too big on American whiskey. I mean bourbon. I don't know.
that's fair.
I think
Eh,
it's actually overpriced for what it is lately. You know, the
Well,
prices
here's the
just went
good
through the
thing.
roof.
It's been coming down because people overproduced for COVID. They saw the COVID levels and they're like, okay, I'm just going to keep producing at the levels I'm producing. We like that we're selling at right now. And now they have way more whiskey than they can sell. So, I mean, that's why even Beam, they shut down the Claremont facility. So it's they have it open for tours, but they're not producing. Um, but it's going to be, I don't know. I still really like what they do. Bourbons, I think, is coming to it. Not only do I think it is coming down, I've seen the secondary come down a lot. Um, and I've seen people, even the stores, like slash prices on
And
Burn and Rye.
the not getting into the politics of it, but the fight with Canada has hurt them big time because Canada used to buy a lot of bourbon,
100%.
and they're not. Yeah.
I'll say as a CPA, I fucking hate the tariffs. I think it's a dumb.
No, it's the most regressive tax you can do.
Yeah, so it don't make sense. But that's me, and I will end the recording there.
Well, as another CPA, I can say I agree with you 100%.
Hey, thank you.